Oh yes, it is filming. Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Isabelle Knight. I am the middle grade fantasy author of the Enchantria series. These are the books. The covers are sort of fraying. Can't see it on camera. But, yeah, the edges of the covers on my copies are kind of starting to fray, which is not good, but I am not here to talk about that. Stay. Okay. So, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming this video to announce something incredibly exciting and something that, I have been looking forward to this since forever. I have dreamed about this since when I first became an author, and it has finally come true, and I'm just so excited for this. Yeah, I just cannot believe it, but I should probably cut to the chase and stop rambling because I have already learned by now that I don't really know how to build tension in these videos. I need to learn how to do that, but anyway. So, some of you guys may have noticed something pop up on my channel recently, and that is a sort of upcoming live stream. And no, that is not a fluke, because on March 31st, 2025, at I think 10 a.m. Eastern, and if you don't know what that time zone is, it's basically New York's time. So yeah, at 10 a.m. in New York, I will be hosting my first ever virtual author event. And yeah, I can't believe it. The thought of this happening is just so surreal. I mean, I can't even. Yeah, so I have always wanted to do a virtual event for a while now, except I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I was also, to be honest, really terrified of what my friend calls dead space, which I think is basically it means nobody is going to show up and I'm just sitting there rambling on with no one watching at all, which is, to be honest, quite an unsettling thought. And I also had the idea that I wanted to do something to celebrate a book day or a book celebration day, World Book Day, Children's Book Week, and I have always wanted to do something to celebrate that, maybe something live, but I didn't really know what. And earlier in March, it's March, right? Yes, it is in March. Okay, I don't know why I'm forgetting the months here, but yeah, earlier in March, I had the idea to do a virtual author event, which, if you guys have been up to date on my blog, you will have read that post. And I had the idea that I wanted to do something kind of like an author chat. So basically, it was me sitting down with another author to discuss, I don't know, anything related to books, writing, or encouraging young writers. And I really wanted to do that, except that there were kind of a few problems. So, first one, if I did go around emailing authors, I have no idea if they will respond in time, because authors are busy. I know that from personal experience. I am an author, and authors get really busy, so there was absolutely, no guarantee that they would actually see my email in time. And the second sort of problem or challenge or whatever, the second thing was that, honestly, I had no idea how I was going to go about this. Was this going to be an interview? Was this going to be, I don't know, a lecture? Also, side note, the upcoming live stream I am doing is not a lecture, because that would just be boring, so you can rest assured. But yeah, and if I was going to host this virtual event with another authors, then basically the two of us would need to go back and forth and really, like, the both of us figuring out what we were gonna do. And if I was doing this with another author, another middle grade author or YA author who I didn't know and had never met before, it would be awkward, to be honest. There would have been a lot of very random moments, because, like, if I'm going to plan this event, then basically both of us will need to be able to be comfortable with each other, and, like, feel free to just throw out any random old idea, no matter how crazy it might seem. And to be honest, I'm not really sure how well I could function if I were doing this with an actual author who I've never met before. Maybe that would change someday, but that is basically what I was, like, sort of thinking right about now. However, okay, so long story short, I was chatting with my friend, Journey Bloomfield. She's a young adult fantasy author. She's amazing, super fun. I might have mentioned her a few times before, but anyway, I was chatting with her and I told her about this virtual author event when suddenly this idea came to me, and that idea was, like, okay, let me see, how do I say this? How do I phrase this sentence? Okay, so that idea, like, it basically came to me in a blaze of inspiration, and I immediately had to tell my friend, because the idea was that, I don't really want to go around emailing unknown authors, but why would I need to email unknown authors when I already have friends who are authors? And so, it is now official. I will be hosting a virtual event on March 31st to talk about books, writing, and everything in between with my best friend, Journey Bloomfield. And okay, I'm kind of speechless, but, like, this is so exciting. I cannot believe it. A virtual author event. And I also get to do it with my friend. So, of course, that is amazing. Yeah. It has definitely taken a lot of back and forth with like the two of us trying to come up with a plan of what we are going to do. I spent the whole day yesterday just trying to brainstorm something for what we were gonna do, and yesterday we sent each other our ideas, and we are now currently trying to put our notes/plan together in time for the interview. These past few days I have also been very busy staying up late to test with Journey, because I'm very glad we decided to test, because I'm using something to live stream to YouTube, and basically that I can sort of co-host, I guess, with someone else. And of course, Journey and I had to test that. I'm very glad we did, because apparently her camera and microphone wasn't working. Her camera and microphone was not working at first, on the first day. And on the second day of testing, she got her camera and microphone to work, which is amazing. But the speakers on her computer were kind of messed up, so she could not hear me. And so there was a lot of back and forth trying to figure out what to do with this confounding technology. But we did hopefully manage to figure it out. And yesterday night, I scheduled I scheduled the event last night. It was nerve-wracking. I practically screamed into my stuffed panda when I pushed that button, but it is now scheduled, and I cannot believe it. So yeah, in this virtual event, Journey and I are going to be chatting about reading, writing, everything in between. Like, we are going to sort of go into why reading was so important to us, why we think it's important, why we think people should read more. We're going to share some, reading tips to, help spark reading, I guess, and some tips for reluctant readers. Yeah, and if you do decide to attend this virtual event, then you will discover what role reading played in our childhoods, what books we really loved as kids, and we'll also be going a bit into our writing process. We'll be sharing what we're working on right now, how we got the ideas for our projects, a few weird stories behind how we got ideas. And trust me, there have been some weird stories behind ideas, but yeah. And basically, if you would like to hear me and Journey ramble on a bit about the importance of reading, the magic of storytelling, and just get a sort of behind-the-scenes book talk, then I would, Journey and I would love to have you there at the event. And yeah, hopefully people actually do show up. Hopefully 10 a.m. Eastern isn't too early for some people. I do hope 10 a.m. isn't too early. If 10 a.m. is too early, okay, never mind. But I do hope 10 a.m. won't be too early. It is probably the only time I can start without having to wake up at 12 a.m. to do the event. And I hope the event doesn't go on until 12 a.m. I hope that this event will go on for around 1 hour, or 40 minutes to an hour, or a bit longer if it needs to be. But yeah, if 10 a.m. Eastern isn't too early or too late for you, and if you are available at that time, then Journey and I would love to see you at the event. And you will also be able to meet a bunch of other writers, I guess, because I will also be inviting several of my friends who are writers. I will also be posting about it in the writing community, so I would say there is a good chance that other writers will be there. So if you would like to mingle and chat with some other writers and all that, then, feel free to join. And also, one thing I totally forgot to mention, at the end of this live event, Journey and I will be doing a sort of Q&A for basically anything that has to do with reading, writing, ideas, anything of that sort. So yeah, if there are any appropriate spoiler-free questions about reading or writing that you would like to ask either me or Journey, then definitely stick around for the Q&A. And yeah, that is what I wanted to announce today. I really hope people show up. As I've said, there's a good chance that people will show up, but a part of my mind just keeps spiraling into what if people don't show up. Hopefully they do. If not, well, we'll do the live event anyway. But yeah, just wanted to share this with you guys. I really hope you guys are as excited for this as I am. And yeah, I hope to see you there. So that probably wraps up this announcement video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you are interested in doing the live event, make sure to head over to that live events page. I don't know what it's called, but basically head over to that live event and just click the notification bell so that you will get notified when we go live. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming, and I will see you guys either in the next video or in the live event. Alright, bye!